preparing tonight's beverage. Is anybody on? We don't know.
Yes.
Maybe. Possibly. Tonight's drink container is one of my overbite zombies. This one had a... I'm going to try and show it to the main camera. It had a...
Just do the one in front of you.
Just do the one in front of me.
Yeah.
Where is it? It had a small crack in the rim, so this one lives at our house.
Oh, Payne's here.
What up, Payne?
Apparently her laptop sign-on apparently starts with sound off. That might have also actually been me. I didn't have it unmuted yet, and he started talking.
It's been known to happen. We have technical things. We're doing technical stuff. Thick technical stuff.
She says, Nada, just moving Mantis off the stand so I can affix Bolton.
Ah.
So what's in store for today?
Today I am going to be getting into some detail on this guy. It may be the last time I do this one on stream. I might do it one more time. It's going to start getting into the portion of the sculpt that's either hard to do because it's on the bottom and I'd have to pick it up, and then the camera doesn't like it, or it's just such tiny little changes that they wouldn't show well and it would be boring, and we don't want to be boring. We're not trying to be boring.
I'm not trying to be boring.
We're not trying to be boring here. We don't have to try to be boring. It's a natural skill.
Indeed, only the thick with 4 C's ist technicals.
Indeed. Scrumpidocious.
What do you think of the audio and the visual today, Payne?
The Vigio.
Warning, not actually scrumpidocious.
It might be. At least a little.
Sounds okay.
Well, that's good. Yeah, we're still playing with levels a little bit. I think, did you turn the fan off, Pi?
I did
or
turn
yeah,
it off,
okay.
yes.
We have a little space heater to keep the wife comfortable.
Might be a little quiet. Oh, Rez is here.
Oh, hey Rez.
Hey, Rez.
Might be a little quiet. You can turn up the... Oh, wait. Let me make sure that this didn't turn itself down.
Might have.
It did not.
Okay.
Okay. Our mic has a annoying tendency to reset its gain setting because it doesn't have like a real proper switch on it. It's one of those potentiometer style switches.
Ooh. So I hooked in Twitch with my Discord, and apparently the blue status on Discord.
Blue status on Discord. I know what that means. I don't know what that means. So, but we are playing with Discord.
Sort of.
We're sort of playing with Discord. I don't know. I'm not the technical end of this deal.
I'm
That is my
technical.
wife. My wife is the tech for this particular thing. So if she says we're on Discord, then we're on Discord. If not, then we aren't on Discord yet.
That's cool though. So he's just working on a new zombie mug, which actually it occurs to me that I don't have the reference picture up.
Yes. I can send you a different reference picture if you want.
No, it's okay.
No, you're good with the reference
I'm
picture?
gonna pop this up. Maybe.
Yes. It is only a very loose reference, but it is a reference nonetheless.
Apparently I can't click on it.
The Topstone Shock Monster.
Okay, I'm not gonna turn it on because apparently I can't grab. Oh, I'm an idiot. There we go.
Yeah, I think the only. I suppose I could show him off a bit. I don't know if tipping him back is a thing, but. We've still got a fair bit to do in the hair, in the back, a lot of sort of cleanup stuff, but I'm reasonably pleased with sort of the general state that this is in.
Okay, I'm gonna turn that back off.
Tonight, the biggest change for tonight is I think I will get to removing the teeth and putting in some sculpted teeth, because his teeth are entirely too pretty for a shock monster. He needs more. He needs summer teeth.
Cause summer teeth.
Some are here, some are there. I heard another good one, but I can't remember exactly what it was. On one of the Stevio, who is a comedian and I think former ER tech that does amusing videos on healthcare issues, particularly surrounding emergency medicine and the crazy ass shit that people do.
Was it an ancient Sumerian dog joke?
An ancient Sumerian dog joke? No, I don't believe so. No, it was another reference to teeth. I'm still not maybe 100% sold on some of the crazy wild hair. I've still seen the tools around. People still have stock. At least Sculpture Supply Canada. Gate.
Are we back?
Are we back? Are we making sounds again? Are we noisy? Are we noisy? Are we gonna be an ASMR feed today?
Yeah, okay, that was my fault.
No pie, that's a bad pie.
Sorry.
Apologize to chat.
Sorry, chat.
Promise you'll do better next time.
I'll do better next time. Not a liar.
Who are we kidding? You guys don't need to hear me anyway. Go.
But if we can't hear you, how else will we put ourselves to sleep with your dulcet tones?
Is that what's going to happen? I don't think that's what's going to happen. I mean, if it works for anybody, great. I know the pain of insomnia, so if this tone works for anybody, cool. Don't think we have a particularly large sample size.
Billy's here.
Oh, hello.
Beautiful work as always, my dude.
Thank you.
She was asking earlier about your tool.
Yes.
And the glue.
The glue?
That you used to make it. Just wanted to pop in and say hello.
I don't remember which glue. If it looks like about this weird color, if it's a funky weird color, that is Abe's Epoxy Sculpt. The other option is if it's just kind of white, weird looking, it's probably just regular 5-minute epoxy. So, yes, my wife caught part of your stream earlier.
I did.
While I was painting mugs.
And I did.
My air compressor.
Chatting about Shudder and Tubi. We watch Tubi all the time.
Yes. Yeah, we probably need to get Shudder at some point, but
Payne asks Waterweld maybe?
I don't use Waterweld here in Kinnan and just because I don't have any, so I can rule out the Waterweld.
Maggie says your tools you made are epic. I was gonna say it's so durable.
Oh yeah, well it should be. I try and make them pretty good. You're doing Frightmare this year too, right?
Yeah, we're tag teaming the stream. The two of us together can make one decent streamer.
What, we can't?
Maybe.
Oh no.
He's not good with the tech stuff. I'm barely good with the tech stuff.
Well, I'm not good with the tech stuff or the what's the word? Personality. That's the one I was looking for. I just make stuff. It's what I do.
Yep.
But yeah, if you're doing Frightmare. I'm going to assume you're doing Frightmare because I want to assume you're doing Frightmare again. Yeah, you'll have to let me know if there's any tools that you require, and I can bring them to Frightmare because I like making tools, and I make them out of mostly junk. I'm pretty sure the one I gave you was made out of one of these street sweeper needles.
She says totes we're doing Frightmare.
Yeah.
She says this is an awesome setup. Love being able to see the work up close.
Oh, cool.
I hear they're making it way smaller, so curious to see what's up. Yeah, in the email, James said that they were going back to their 2019 layout. It's only 2 days and I guess a lot smaller. We weren't there in 2019, so that didn't really mean anything to me,
Yeah.
but I think it's probably a good choice.
I mean, I hope it's a good choice.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure for people that have to come all the way from friggin' Quebec, it's 2 days is probably appreciated.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Fridays were always sort of quiet, right?
Yeah. I mean, we basically Friday and Sunday made up almost a day.
Maybe. Ish.
They made up kind of a Saturday's worth, but I think compressing it down will probably be fine sales wise.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of like
Payne, you should come up for it.
because it was our home show. It was fun to have the Sunday be kind of lazy and chill, because then we could then we could visit and talk shit for a portion of the day, which was always fun.
Payne says maybe she will this year.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I think it would be enjoyable. It's a good show to do for us. I always hear things about the promotion team and all that, but I don't know. They've always been fine for us. Pretty professional. I guess backstage might be a little different, but I can't say.
What with the celebrities and the volunteers and stuff?
Yeah. Some people like to complain though, so you can't.
Payne says she has to see if she can escape the pharmacy at that time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, this is your 5-6 months heads up.
Yeah, they do have the dates out this year already.
24th and 25th of October, I think.
24th and 25th.
Apparently, there's a new TerrorCon that's starting up in Montreal this year too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's the same weekend.
Yeah.
Mega Billy says, I think it's an awesome show. Hell of a drive, but with seeing everyone, I'm gonna head out. But sending you awesome vibes for your evening. See you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for dropping in.
Yeah. Yes. If anybody doesn't follow Makeup Billy, if anybody's here that isn't just Payne, I think you already do follow her. If you don't follow her, go do that. Vicky is very cool. We enjoy Vicky.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the Montreal show does anyway. From afar, I suppose.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, it might be interesting to get out that way at some point if the right show popped up. We're not gonna be fancy and do Mask Fest like Chuck.
Not yet, anyway.
No, not yet anyway. I'm not mature enough to do mask fit. I'm pretty sure I'm not mature enough to do mask fit.
What do you mean by that? Why do you need to be mature?
I
to do
know.
Mask Fest?
I already know a couple of people that are out at the thing, and it would just be.
Paint
Yeah.
says, we'll see if the border is open with the current pissing match going on.
I mean, I think they're done pissing for the time being.
What now?
Yeah.
Yeah, until the end of the month. And then it's just gonna start again.
I mean, you think that. But
Not like it's gonna stop between now and the end of the month. It's just gonna be new, fresh hells.
I mean, it's going to be new stupid stuff, but I think the pissing matches.
For this week.
I don't know. My suspicion is the pissing match will be largely forgotten about, because I think the orange dumbass will probably just quietly forget about that nonsense.
I don't know why you think that.
Because it was particularly disastrous policy that would have done nothing good for his particular agenda. I have seen various theories about its use as a distraction ploy,
Yes.
but that seems a little sophisticated, honestly.
I don't know. So we are thinking about heading down for a visit soonish.
Yeah, but it'll be a short one.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep the streams rolling for
Yes.
now until we get it up and running a bit better.
But I guess the projected plan so far is I thought it was gonna be a week ago.
So what was gonna be a week ago?
I don't know. Which part was a week ago?
What are we talking about?
The visit date.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no.
No.
Revised.
Why?
Obviously a week ago didn't happen.
Well, we did. Why a week ago? Why would it have been a week ago?
We were talking about possibly going down before the show. Vaguely. Because you told me that I should change my time. Oh yeah, but you didn't change your time off, so
What?
we
I
didn't.
didn't tell you you should change your time off. I said there was a possibility that we could move stuff, but that would have been before the last show. But that didn't really make sense, because we would have had to break that off early anyway to make it back in time for the show.
But yeah, as it stands, we don't have another actual in-person market until Niagara Falls Comic Con in the last weekend of May. So plenty of time to.
Yeah, we will figure something out.
Yeah, but I do want to get down there before.
Yeah. Well.
Anything potentially goes super crazy.
Well, we can't plan.
Jen needs her candy.
Yes, Jen needs her candy.
And I need my glazes and my T-shirt.
Is anybody besides Payne on?
She's the only one talking.
She's the only one talking.
I don't know if I'm not in the screen that shows me people.
Well, then there's not any point in making fun of Jen being the only one in the world that likes Canada's least favorite candy. Apparently.
You can.
I mean, I could, but.
Two in chat, but I can't see who. Rez might still be here. Not talking, but
What is the
with the window open, I guess.
what is the designation for that candy? The
The molasses.
molasses candy. There was a maker.
Care.
Care. Yes.
Care.
Care. Yes.
Not true. A pharmacist I work with also loves it.
I mean, the consensus up in Canada is it's the worst candy ever.
Okay, I did try one of the ones that we bought, and it's not as odious as I remember it being as a kid.
It's not as odious as you remember it being.
Rez, do you remember those molasses candies? Those horrible molasses candies that we couldn't get rid of fast enough when we were trick-or-treating as kids?
It's the Bit-O-Honey of Canada.
Don't know what that means.
Well, it's a similar kind of chewy toffee experience, but it was supposedly honey flavored, but not. I would have said that would be a strong term.
Vile. Well, see, we thought those molasses candies were vile. Rest is vaguely. Yeah. They had like a white, orange, and black kind of, and yellow sometimes, twisty wrapper.
I mean, I know.
They were not good.
I know black licorice is fairly divisive as candies go, but at least it has its adherents.
Don't think Rez didn't mind them. Okay.
Well, okay, but it's candy. I mean, if the best you can come up with for candy was it's all right, like that's not good. That's like the argument about, pizza, even when it's bad, it's good. No, that's not how that works. When you're starting with the very tastiest foods that you can mash together, if you don't make them better by doing that,
yes, let's start the pizza debate.
You have fouled something up. There's no pizza debate. It's not a debate.
Bad pizza is decidedly bad. It can be.
Yeah. It can be.
Rez says it's better than candy corn.
Pizza or...
No, the molasses candy. I was too...
I mean... I'm trying to think if I have a spot for candy corn. I don't really, but I'm not the biggest sugar
candy person.
Not just sugar, anyway. And I mean, that's pretty much, candy corn is basically just sugar. I don't know if it has a flavor profile outside of sugar. It's kind of fun. It's corn-shaped candy. That's a thing, right? It's harvest themed.
Jen says, it's weirding me out that this laptop doesn't have a side set of keys with another enter key. I just keep hitting the arrow.
Yeah.
It's like me trying to use that Bluetooth keyboard, the tiny one we've got in the living room. Horrible.
I mean, y'all with your...
Fills me with rage.
Very specific preferences for keyboard.
Yeet. Payne says she's really bad at that one too.
I wonder how if there's going to be more and more instances of kind of non-standard keyboard layouts as people's primary typing devices turn into phones so often. It's the kids these days ruining things. Those whippersnappers with their smartphones and skibbity. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to add in there somewhere.
And their skibbity riz fits.
Skibbity riz fits. No, we can't have that.
Russ says those kids in their 40s.
Yeah.
That's what we are.
Indeedly.
Being an adult is highly overrated.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I will ask if I meet one.
I wonder if that microphone is picking up Chewy laughing from upstairs. Could you guys hear that?
Yes, we are. Are we still running a noise gate?
Yes.
Yes. You could probably turn that off if you turn the fan off. Or you don't have to, but I don't know how big of a pain it is to remove a filter.
It's actually really easy.
During a stream or whatever. But yeah, it doesn't really provide much.
I turned it off.
Okay.
Yes. Rest says so overrated. I'm doing puberty over. Yes. Horrifying thought. Pain says alien Bolton look like he has broke ass soldier pistachio shell claws.
Okay. Okay. I will take your word for that at this point.
Send me a picture.
Yeah, like send Boltan nudes. Yeah, I think I'm going to finish this guy off, or not finish it, but I think I'm gonna do this guy for the rest of this stream, and then maybe Thursday, but after that I'm gonna move to a new piece, which is either going to be a mummy, or if we get really desperate, it will be feet content.
Okay, so this is going to show on the screen for a second. Whoop, God, why are you so big?
If I had a nickel, what?
This is what Pain is working on.
Well,
The
yeah.
alien Bolton.
Yes, that is that's the reference
and his
one.
Pistachio claws.
And his pistachio claws.
His broke ass soldered pistachio shell claws.
Yes.
Monster feetses.
Monster feetses. Y'all think I'm kidding.
I wish there was a way that I could see the thing without it being actually on the stream. I don't know if there's a way to do that.
See the thing without it being.
Well, like, so when I open up a picture, it's like huge.
Oh, yeah.
So if there was a way to open it up, shrink down, place it, and then visibly turn it on for everybody. I don't know if that's a thing.
I would have to assume that's a thing, but it might not be an easy to do thing.
Mm.
So the lobsterman has been removed from the stand and Boltan fixed in place. Is that where we're at? One thing that's hard to do with these is figure out how the handles are going to be post shrinkage.
That looks pretty tight. So Payne says Mantis has been removed. Bolton's just kind of wired around the waist, working on removing his canoe shoes that were supporting him prior to today. Like, how on there is that handle? Like, can you hold it by the handle or no?
Like, will it
Like
fall off?
Yeah.
I think so. No, not quite.
Okay.
Won't quite fall off. I wouldn't trust it. It's not.
Fair.
It's not well attached. It has to be removable. It's also, this is clearly not the finished form of the handle. This is just a very quick and dirty, rough shape. Yeah, right now it's easy to get 3 fingers in, which is actually, 3 fingers fit just fine. So I imagine that would be a 2-finger.
That's probably going to be pretty big. I think you might want 3.
This one? This isn't going to be that big.
You don't think so?
No, this would probably be rough.
Jen's saying what I'm thinking, and that would be giggity.
Yes. This is going to be roughly the same size as the mini vampire.
Really?
Would be my suspicion.
Wow.
Maybe a little more bulbous up top, because yeah.
Here, let's compare.
Well, I mean, this one is only
Mini vampire. It's gonna shrink down that much?
It might be just a scrooch higher.
Oh yeah, not the shot glass, that guy.
I don't have a shrinkage ruler right handy.
Yeah, you do. It doesn't have the actual measurements on it though.
This is not an actual thing. That's a
Literally a shrinkage ruler.
It's literally a lot of things. I'm not a Diamond Core Tools fanboy. I think their products are poo-poo for the most part.
I like the Sgraffito tools.
Yeah, okay.
I use those all the time.
They're alright. But they are just diamond burrs stuck in a handle for, I forget what the asking price is for those things.
Don't remember. Payne says, I just know you hate that GIF and grip thing. And I like it.
You don't use that thing anymore either
Okay,
because it was
that's
such a pain.
No, it's because I'm not really trimming things right now
Yes.
at all. I'm not using any method to trim things.
But the last time you trimmed things, you didn't use it because it's such a pain. Because it's like a 4-hour setup process.
Jen 2 thought it was cool.
It's not.
It is.
It
just throws scraps everywhere.
Yeah, it throws scraps literally everywhere, and which that is partially the fault of our wheel, because our wheel is a substandard size.
I too love gadgets. Pain.
Yeah, you
Gadgets
do
are
love
fun.
gadgets. No, I think the Giffen grip would have its place potentially if for whatever reason you're making lots and lots of something that does not want to center on the pottery wheel well. But it also would have to be completely concentric. Like, it can't be a weird shape, because then the Giffen grip doesn't work. It's like there are essentially better tools for almost anything that does. It just maybe isn't the same tool for every possible scenario. But then again, none of those tools cost like $200 either. Which that is my main complaint with the Diamond Core product. They are perfectly standard hardware store items, rebranded for potters with about a 300% markup. It's the craft tax. Where is my... Switching to a small, heavy-duty removal tool.
Payne says Totes thought you were going into the craftsman voice. He was.
I could go into the Craftman voice sometimes. Craftman doesn't own Craftman voice. Snoop Dogg does. And we're mad at Snoop Dogg right now. We're annoyed with Snoop Dogg at the moment. We do appreciate the craftsman's work.
LOL, are we?
Are we what? Oh wait, are we mad at Snoop Dogg?
Yes.
Yeah, look that one up.
Yes.
Look up why we're mad at Snoop Dogg.
Yes, that's what she meant.
Ruin your childhood.
Oh boy, would he do this time?
I mean, I only know the one thing, really.
I'm performing at the.
Okay, I suppose the murder thing is probably also bad. Everybody gets one though. Give him a pass for. Gave him a pass for that.
That one I knew about. Which, the murder thing or the performing at the inauguration thing? Or the pre-inauguration party thing. 'Cause I know how to say the word inauguration. Here it is. Murder was the case.
No, that will let slide. It's a Seamus.
Huh?
It's a shame.
Oh. Cat butt.
Put your face in my hand. Or don't. I can't back the chair up to pick you up. You would get run over by it.
It's a cat tax. Boop.
This is a Seamus.
Seamus is gonna escape.
It's
Right.
fine.
It was a Seamus.
It's also very shitty.
She does have a lot of hair.
Alright, go ahead. Go under the table then. Be that way. You know, our other streamer friend Nick the Stick has cats, and she has them on camera all the time, whether she wants them or not.
She even has a whole camera set up for them.
Yeah. No camera for you.
Nope, that's Nick to Stick. I think we have a link to her on our home page on Twitch.
She is a marker artist, primarily. One of those Copic fangirls. Can never get used to markers.
Why's that?
Paintbrushes.
Mm.
Got too used to them too early.
Payne says Copic markers are pretty nice.
I don't think. I'm trying to think if I've ever actually used an actual real Copic marker.
I know I haven't.
I feel like maybe the.
Payne says she had like 2.
Yeah. No, I feel like the art supply store in Syracuse Syracuse Art Supply had them as like a tester kind of setup. Like you could buy the kits, but they always had markers out, and I think I tested them, and I just didn't see I did not see why they were the thing that they were.
Pencils, yeah, I think so too.
I mean, they are a pretty high pigment load, but not crazy.
Maybe that art store by the Pacific Mall.
Art store by the
I think that's
Curry's?
the same place. No, Pacific Mall. Wait. Oh wait, maybe Curry's. Do you mean up here? Pacific Mall. Yeah. Next to Mongolian. Yeah. Curry's.
Yeah.
Probably.
It wouldn't
They
surprise
likely
me.
have it.
I mean, I know they had them. I don't know if they had them out. But I don't know. They weren't even. The Copic markers didn't even exist. I don't think, or they certainly didn't exist for non-commercial use very frequently. By the time I had already done what I needed to do with paintbrushes, so it was a thing to make colored marks. Really needed to do something awfully specific
Pretty sure
to
we
impress
used
me.
some in junior college. Says
I can't imagine what I would have. I definitely didn't. The only thing we used specifically was tech pens. I mean, we did have a class
entirely
that,
different thing. A tech pen.
yes, but that
Okay.
was the only specific unusual art.
She said
Tool.
because you transferred out.
Well, yeah,
Did you abandon pain?
I absolutely did.
Rapido liner?
Rapidograph
Rapidograph?
liner pens.
She called you a jerk.
Uh-huh. I mean, I just happened to have a high school art teacher that was like, yeah, you can, that's a thing that you can do. Because at the community college, they have all different types of students. So they have skills testing sometimes. I did that instead of basic painting and drawing classes. But I'd also already done, like, I'd been selling paintings for a couple of years by the time I got to the community college.
Jane says no one told her.
No, they didn't. They may not have known specifically. Berkshire was a little bit more of a haul to TC3 than Groton was. think I'm going to give him a bit of a weird hairline here in the back. Chop it up real high.
Crunch it up real good.
Well, I mean, you have to. Crunch it. Not that sort of thing is not culturally correct. Or sanitary. Speaking of, was that a thing that you discovered via Timothy James Henson, or was that an independent early internet?
The cooking show?
Something rotten, yes. I forget the name, the specific name of the cooking show.
I don't remember that either.
There were so many ways to find out.
Timmy.
Timmy.
She got it from Timmy.
Get it from Timmy.
She learned it from watching Timmy.
Yes. We do.
You may want to talk about your sculpt a bit.
I may.
Yes.
Well, I am pretending to be a stylist, and this particular individual walked in and said, "Just fuck my shit up." So I am. It's just balancing out some things, trying to differentiate the pattern a little bit.
For restreaming purposes, I suppose.
For restreaming purposes, I don't know.
Well, when we're done, I'll chop up
A stream is
stuff
its,
to
is its
repost.
own thing. If I wanted to do a specific like topic based thing, I would do that on its own. But stream is stream. It can be its own thing, and I'm okay with that. I need to get some.
Apparently there's a way to add a marker somehow, so I can like find a section again. I don't know how to do that.
I know some ways that you could. Oh, you mean like an actual like thing you can do in the program?
I guess.
Oh, nope, no idea. I know an editing trick that people used to do besides like the actual like clapboard thing.
So Payne says, so the way you're cutting it is that to remove undercuts.
No, I will do some undercut work later. I just want the hair worse. I want it to be just god awful. So I'm cutting it up real short. Try and give it an interesting hairline. That'll also make a little more room for some extra side neck. I understand neck beats are a thing that some of our audience is pretty fond of.
You've got some fun neck meats.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you spin that bad boy around.
Well, I forget who it was earlier. We had a review. It was very specifically pro neck folds. And I'm not gonna kink shame.
I'm like, should I read it out? What kind of channel is this? What kind of channel are we trying to be?
I don't know. That one might be. I think I would.
It says, I like when I can recognize which Congress members they came from.
That's just because there's really only the one. If you're looking for hot congressional neck meat.
You guys already said next week you were going with feet for pay.
You don't have to pay for feet around here. Those feet are no extra charge. You think I'm kidding? I got the armature. Make a monster foot boot mug. I've got that.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. I've got that, and I have this one all ready to. This one is too tall. This is gonna be so. This is our usual mug height. Just about. This is my device that you can't even see on cam. Very sophisticated, but that is our maximum height indicator, because anything below that will fit on our kiln shelf. So this guy I'm not going to bother doing this because you can't see it on cam, but he's got almost, I would say, a handy 2 inches extra height.
You're gonna roll over the cat.
I might. No, she's not. She's not that slow. She stays out of the way pretty well. She doesn't get rolled. You don't roll over in the office either, do you? She likes climbing around your chair. She stays away from the cherry wheels.
Turd.
She will occasionally get stepped on because of her behaviors, but rolled over, not so much. She's our cleverer cat.
Say potato.
Take this handle off for now. But yeah, we've the internet is a wild place. I've had now. Is that our first really, really, really very random review that we've had on the website?
So what's the deal with the Discord? Which Discord? The Discord that I haven't made yet? That Discord?
Okay, but what is the deal with Discord? With the Discord? What are we thinking?
Oh, I thought you were running one. No, I'm not running a Discord. I'm on a couple different servers for different things. I don't have my own yet.
I think
We were considering starting one. We might still.
I'm
I might just do it, and if it sucks, then it sucks.
I'm pretty sure Vicky has a Discord. Could ask her how that works for her, because she does watch along type content.
Yeah.
Horror movie viewing parties and things like that, which I believe she runs through Discord. I don't know. I'm very, very boring. I hardly get to. I don't watch
we'll
stuff.
have to make you an account so you can chat.
We can chat. It's fine. If I get a chance to use.
Okay, if we're making a Discord, you're getting your own account.
Get my own account.
I'm not your secretary. As much as it may seem like I am sometimes.
I mean, you say that, but.
I do say that.
Getting our own account on the Discord.
Yeah. I mean, you won't need to like admin stuff. You'll just have your own chat.
My own chat.
He's not even your manager. Nope. I'm business daddy.
You're not my supervisor. Real question is, would I be a good employee or a terrible employee?
Oh, I think we both know the answer to that question.
And what would the answer to that question be?
Terrible.
Terrible?
Yeah, like I do what I want.
It's true, but I do it all the damn time.
Yeah, I know.
That's got to be worth something, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
If you can have having an ungovernable employee that works like 10-hour days every day.
10 hours at minimum.
I've been pretty good. I've been keeping it down.
Yeah, have you?
I don't think I've done a 12-hour day in a while. I mean, I guess it depends on if you count some of the other things, like the
Running a kiln?
Running a kiln is pretty
Have
off.
you slept?
What?
Have you slept?
Today? Yeah. Yes. 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 I sleep sometimes.
Sometimes.
It's been known to happen. I don't work that much. I took a day off. Wait.
What?
I was gonna say I took a day off the other
Sure.
day.
Day before?
No. But no, it turns out no. I did less.
Okay.
Art show days don't really count as taking days off.
No, they don't. Those are the most work.
I mean, probably, maybe. I don't know. Kiln and mold making days are probably the most work.
Pain says she thinks it's just her now. Yeah, probably.
It is
I haven't
possible.
checked lately. Yeah, unless anybody else is just watching and not in chat, which is nope. Just you.
Nobody loves
I
us.
think we're alone now.
Nobody loves us.
That's okay.
That is okay.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna read that review.
Just make sure you don't upload that review to
I'm not.
the YouTubes.
I don't feel like cropping it out of the middle of a 2-hour video.
No. Just send it to Jen.
Fine, I'll just send it to Jen. Oh, if I put it in the chat, no. If I put it in the chat. It won't.
Put it in the textual record. What?
Yeah. Hang on. Okay, I'll behave.
What would Agent Blumpkin think? Maybe we should let Reddit know we're doing streaming. Reddit might be interested.
It's a dirty job, but someone has to do it.
I do suspect there was a typo in that review.
Yes. Agreed.
That was just in that user's like spell check software at that point. It's a frequently used term.
She said, wow.
I do love this mug for drinking purposes. It is my favorite. If you're looking for something goblet style.
So the funny thing about that review is like there was no link to like porn site or anything. It was just a review all on its own. No idea why it happened, whether it's somebody we know fucking with us. Somebody just being weird. No idea. What's the volume on that?
The volume on that mug?
The one that you're drinking out of?
That one is a pretty good size. I think it is close to 18 ounces, 16 to 18. Not huge. Not one of our biggest, but it holds very comfortably.
Mm. No, I don't think it was Reese, because Reese knows how to spell. And also, they just say that shit to our face.
No, I think that was a. I think that was a review.
Just somebody being weird.
Just somebody with an opinion that they wished to share, and it was a special opinion, and we respect it.
Yeah, so when I do post this later to YouTube or whatever, if anybody, for some crazy how, is actually listening to this and wants to know what the crap we're talking about, drop a comment, send us a message.
Yeah.
We'll tell you.
And if somebody, by some crazy happenstance, happens to have just left a review today, February, what is it, 4th?
Yeah.
Possibly the 3rd. I don't know when they actually left the review, whether it was today or yesterday or what. I suppose theoretically a lot of our mugs would hold a sleeve of some variety. So if that's something that's important to you, Maybe, and easy cleanup because ceramic,
Just throw it in the dishwasher.
Absolutely. Yeah, in that case, that you go throw it in the dishwasher. I'm gonna go ahead and say, in the dishwasher, close to the jet, as high temp as it goes. Go to town. Once somebody purchases one of our mugs, what they want to do with it is none of my business. Yeah, this mug might actually probably will have a little more volume than oh, you know what? We can make a good direct comparison in terms of size. Height anyway. I don't have a mini vampire
Payne's gonna BRB.
to scale, but that is how tall a Vincent Price is beside it.
Okay.
So there is a fair height difference there.
Do you want to show one of the finished ones to
Yeah, if you want to
compare?
bust out one of the finished ones for height.
Well, I mean, if you put that next to the sculpt,
Well, okay, I can put that next to the sculpt, but this would be
I meant
how tall this is going to be. Like he's going to be about yay tall, which is, I believe, about just maybe ever so slightly taller.
Yeah.
But he has a thicker neck.
Yes. I was gonna say he's more girthy.
He's a little, but not like tons. He might be. I was hoping for between 14 and 16 ounces as a size for this, as it is a coffee mug. And I don't think everybody needs a full 32-ounce coffee every time.
What are you doing?
Still cutting hair. Still cutting hair. Yeah, that's why I'm probably not going to carry this piece to its full finished conclusion.
Payne's back.
What up, Payne? You offloaded what needed offloading. But yeah, there's this portion of the sculpt is somewhat less exciting to watch on cam or on stream because it's relatively small changes But it is nice to see the detail process, I would think, for some people.
Mm-hmm.
If people are watching stuff or want to watch stuff when we put this up on YouTube, I think we'll be able to see the detailing adequately. Although I suppose it is close to 9:30, so I could probably.
I think it's so interesting that you detailed last instead of first. What's up with that?
Do what now? I mean, it's kind of standard operating procedure for a few reasons. If you detail a piece too early on,
Is it?
I mean, yes, it's definitely encouraged to hold details for later in the sculpt, because establishing the larger forms is going to make a bigger impact on the final project than details. Like if you have a sculpt that has major problems with design or anatomy, no amount of wrinkly details is going to make that work. But also for the simple reason of, if you decide to move something or make a large scale change, it's a lot easier when you haven't spent a few hours carving in teeny tiny little baby wrinkles and things of that nature. It's pretty easy for some people, at least most people I would think, to convince themselves, I don't need to move that jawline. I've already spent an hour putting dimples on that chin. I mean, it is best case scenario. If you're a sculptor and you notice that something is not in the right place, best case scenario is you just go ahead and you move that thing. And if it needs a bunch of heavy resculpting, well, then it gets heavy resculpting. That does happen from time to time. But it's better, it's easier anyway, if you haven't done all the finish work. Some people are more specific about that than I am. I've heard lots of things recommended that get passed around, like using only your hands to sculpt with for as long as possible, not picking up any tools, because that is how you're supposed to sculpt. I don't think that's the case. Particularly not with a harder bodied clay. You can get a lot done with just your hands in a soft clay body, but this stuff would be an absolute nightmare to move around without any tools. would still recommend trying to get your shapes correct where you're happy. Before you go in and do surface details. Surface details shouldn't change your sculpt too much. I wouldn't think. I mean, I'm sure there are times, there are examples when a sculpt is really dependent on some kind of surface treatment. I'm trying to think of an example, and I can't really off the top of my head. I was going to do teeth too.
You were going to do teeth.
I'm going to knock those teeth out. I forgot the teeth. Almost. Little dental procedure. So I guess this is the illustration of the reason not to do too many fine details. Because then when you have to make, well, when you have to make a change, like switching from his baby teeth to the permanent teeth, you mess some stuff up. These are coming out pretty well, but still wouldn't be much point having spent a long time putting the little wrinkles on the lips to just get rid of them all. I think general advice I would say, don't be afraid to do as much as you need to do to see what works. But don't spend more time than you need to working out little surface stuff until you've got your big shapes and your anatomy where you want it. For example, if you were doing a sculpt from the new Nosferatu movie, where he's got a prominent big bushy mustache, you can go ahead and put some mustache in, because that's a big major shape that you're going to need to see how it plays off of the other shapes in your sculpt. But you don't need to be sculpting every little hair. Just the big shape of the mustache. And then don't be afraid to take that mustache off when you've got things in place. And do your sculpting for the shapes that are underlying. And then put your mustache back. In the best cases, sculpting is a pretty editing heavy process. At least it is when I do it. I think most sculptors are like that.
Can we see your toothless grin?
It's toothless right now. I suppose this is an opportunity to show off a good sort of tool for teeth.
He's gonna have to gum it.
There are a couple that I like for indicating tooth shapes. Depending on your size. Oh, let's see. Can we? No, we can't really see that tool. So this is just a general slightly rounded spatula, and I also have a narrower end on this one. They're quite.
You could do
Hmm?
this thing to the one in front of you. My hand?
Yeah, but it's not that.
It helps you focus. No, on the one in front of you. Yep, there you go.
I don't think that one's gonna focus that
You don't think it is?
tight. That's pretty close for
Yeah.
the camera to focus.
Tell me you don't watch makeup tutorials without telling me you don't watch makeup tutorials.
I should watch makeup tutorials probably. I've done makeup on things. Sort of. But I don't really understand the basic makeup principles.
Mm-hmm.
The last show we were at, I saw excellent. There was a person who she had made like a really soft, almost like a washed off clown makeup kind of look going. It was really very cool and could look super creepy. So I don't know how well you can see this on cam, but I've just basically laid in like a rough mouth guard kind of shape. And
You mean the thing that looks kind of like a tongue inside his mouth?
yes, the thing that looks kind of like a tongue inside his mouth. So the way I like to make teeth, well, I would normally pick this up.
You can tip
No,
it back if that.
it's okay. I don't need to tip it back. I would normally straight up pick it up. I'm just going to establish a center line because it's good to have that idea of where that is. I'm actually going to use, I think I want two very broad teeth in the front. So I'm going to use a slightly bigger spatula that I have. But you can just press with a tool like this, and that will kind of establish pretty quickly your tooth and gum area. You're sort of pressing in and up. We're going to give this guy some really janky teeth. Really uneven. Maybe even tip one out slightly more. Because he's a zombie, sort of, but he's a pretty monstrous kind of zombie. Like his stuff was messed up before he was ever bitten. Faux show. That is a quick way to start a tooth. Just press up and in. I can demonstrate that sometime later on a clearer thing. Maybe I'll do a stream with a few different like demo type things, so I can show different techniques. I have a small clay board that I built, which, if you don't know what that is, it's just a simple frame with a layer of clay inside, and you can add and subtract bits and pieces, but it's a good place to work out ideas, demonstrate things, try and figure out different shapes you like, or just warm up for sculpting. It's kind of like a sketchbook for sculptors. I got the idea from Don Lanning.
Who's Don Lanning?
Don Lanning is a pretty well-known sculptor. He's done a lot of work on Star Trek, various Star Trek shows.
I'm interested.
Not the oldest ones, but the movies, the newer movies. He's done like the next generation era as well, I think, a little bit. Some of the creature effects. He may have done some work on Discovery.
Yep.
He says to Discovery's only fan.
Not Discovery's only fan. One of the few, though. Sad.
But he also does. He does a fair amount of teaching as well.
Pains of God.
Don't think he worked on that one. I could be wrong. Actually, do you want to look him up on IMDb, Highness?
What's the name again?
Don Lanning, Lanning, I believe. So I know he's done some work on some Star Trek films.
Star Trek Beyond.
Yeah, one of them. So
Hellboy.
yeah, well, which Hellboy though?
2004.
2004. Oh yeah, okay, one of the good ones.
Star Trek Beyond, Star Trek Into Darkness.
Not the David Harbour one. You hate to throw somebody under the bus like that. But he also does work with the Stan Winston School. Does a fair bit of teaching. Which I've only seen the free free Stan Winston content, and it does seem to be pretty good. But I suppose I can't technically give it a full recommendation, as I haven't really tried it out, but I don't have the time to necessarily justify getting something like that. I don't think I would.
Payne says the Stan Winston stuff seems good.
Yes, it seems very good. I suspect it's very good. The stuff that I have seen is quite good. They have a very really varied kind of offering.
I watched one where an artist was showing how to do wrinkling on a dinosaur using plastic wrap.
Yep. Yeah, if I get around to the actual texturing, it's another technique. Love me some plastic wrap. Well, not actually plastic wrap. I don't use plastic wrap very often. This is plastic from a case of soda. It's a much thicker.
You're in Canada now. It's pop.
No, it isn't, and it never will be. I don't care if I'm here for 1,000 years. Pop is for red states. You can thin it out by just giving it a little bit of a stretch, but I like the thicker stuff, and I think that has more to do with the harder monster clay that I'm using than the fact that it's somehow superior to plastic wrap. It works better.
Payne also agrees that it will never be pop. Well, screw your balls.
But yes, it works better. I find that gauge works better for the clay and the scale of wrinkles that I like to do. And what the plastic does is it allows you to make marks. I'll work down here a little bit. Let's make sure we can see this good. So if I come in and scratch with a tool, I get a pretty harsh line and this sort of peeling up and pushing clay around thing, which you can come in and clean up for sure. But the plastic wrap or the plastic sheet in comparison will give you a softer mark and just round your edges off. So it's more of a wrinkle and less of a gouge.
Smushing rather than a cutting?
It's a smushing rather than a cutting. And it works even better. Like I did this to show a pretty deep mark that would be very visible. But when you start getting into the thinner stuff, like this is a thinner gauge wire tool.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably a 0.02 mil wire or something along those lines. You get these lovely soft organic looking shapes. Like it practically makes the wrinkles for you. There are times that you want to come in and scrape and build these larger forms and get them established. But then when it comes to the little the little surface stuff. This guy is really going to just about do the job for you. Another fun little thing that I like is a multi-wire, pretty flexible little raking tool. In this, in conjunction with the plastic, it has enough flexibility that it will follow the form quite nicely of your wrinkles, and the little wires kind of find their own way, and you get a nice randomness for these upper sections. And you can switch to only using it one to push in a little bit heavier wrinkle in spots, but that just makes a really lovely texture relatively easily.
Now what are you doing?
And now I'm just brushing over the top. It just kind of smooths things out a little bit more, but it also imparts just ever so slight a polish, so it'll show up a little bit better on cam. And that's just a regular paintbrush that I've stiffened up with some glue. I put glue in, thin CA glue, and let it stiffen this first half of the bristle. But yeah, those are two little tricks for the wrinkles. It also works well with pores. You can press in small pores. Not that there are a lot of pores on the forehead typically. Oh, maybe on this guy. I don't know. Pores are generally most apparent in the chin, cheeks, particularly the kind of mid to lower cheek section. I've got this spot, so there are some more apparent pores on the spot, but in this kind of the fleshier area, the pores tend to be flatter, where the skin is more delicate around the eye.
T-zone.
In the T-zone, I am.
The T-zone is like here and here. So T.
Ah, if you say so.
Once again, tell me you don't watch makeup tutorials.
Yes, the nose, the rounded part of the bottom of the nose, tends to be another area that shows pores. And if you want to do a scruffy, stubbly beard kind of thing, the beard area will show a lot of pores. And the clay does a pretty, or the plastic does a good job of softening them if you don't want them too deep. Which I rarely want a super deep pour in my work, for the simple reason that this is going to be clay with a coating of glass on top. So if I got that crazy with my surface textures, it could be very rough and sandpapery and maybe even a little bit sharp as a finished product. Whereas if you're working in like latex, or well, latex especially, silicone to a lesser degree, I believe there may be some silicones that show or that suppress texture a little bit, but latex you can be much more heavy-handed, really press in a pore and almost like sort of like little lift and flick thing. We'll give you these really deep pores that if you brush over them a little, become very convincing very quickly. But yeah, if we want to do a couple of like very technique driven streams at some point, we can definitely do that.
So what would that look like?
Maybe less of a finished, like I'm gonna work on this sculpt that might be a mug someday, and more of a this is how you make pores and wrinkles and interactions between pores and wrinkles, and lots of different techniques to do that. More of a how to
Okay.
than a this is a monster that I am making kind of feel. If we have people that are interested and want to come on stream and try and learn stuff. Rather than just hang out and talk about awkward reviews that we've gotten. I think that would be a subject for a later time, when we have a few more participants. But yeah, I'm just laying out teeth now.
So you've got 5 minutes left.
Yeah. Got 5 minutes left.
Yep.
You really run through the time when you're chatting about rando things. I'll try and get these top teeth at least well started. Maybe we will carry this for at least one more stream. So I'm just building in some exaggerated anatomy on these teeth. Oftentimes there's even on the incisors, there's a slight division of the enamel. So I'm emphasizing that because I want a really ragged up and down sort of line. I don't want perfect straight teeth for this guy. I also want a pretty good division between all the teeth. I know it was a comic book artist trope, but I cannot remember who I first saw say this, but good guys and heroes have no lines between their teeth, and bad guys have individual teeth. When you draw them.
In comic books specifically?
Yep. I mean, it's comic books, animation. When you're drawing a character and you draw each individual tooth as an individual tooth.
Was it one of the Kuberts?
I genuinely don't know. I think it's one of those things that has been around for quite a while, and it's been passed around and repeated in various ways. And I'm sure it's not a hard and fast rule. I know there are artists that do more heavily detailed, more sort of you want to give him more kind of an anti-hero look. Like I know I've seen Wolverine covers where you can decidedly see all of Wolverine's teeth, but like in general, if you're emphasizing the broad kind of big white smile kind of teeth, that's less scary and less predatory looking than when you're really getting in there and getting those teeth details. Monsters often have pretty rough dentition. So that is a thing that one sees as we often.
10 o'clock?
It's 10 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock?
10 o'clock. Should we show off the face? Yep. That little look at those. But yeah. So I may do a little bit of more tooths on stream or off stream. I want some bottom teeth. I don't think I'm gonna do the full underbite that was in the old shock monsters, but this guy's gonna have his own teeth.
Oh. Hi, Danny So Spicy.
Oh, hello, Danny. Sorry, we're just about to sign off, but thanks for dropping by. Do you have any questions or anything before we bail?
Danny says they can't really hear us very well.
Oh, they can't hear us very well. We will see what we can do about increasing the audio a little bit for next stream on Thursday. Yeah, we're still.
Yeah, we were just about to sign off at 10 o'clock.
We're still working on some of the technical aspects. But thank you for the input, Danny. Or do you prefer Mr. So Spicy?
So that's okay. I don't want to keep you guys if you all are tired. This is awesome, though.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, if you can make it back on Thursday, I'm going to be doing some detailing work, and if not, most every Tuesday and Thursday, at least for the foreseeable future, it's going to be 8 until 10 Eastern is our usual streaming time.
are you guys rushing to head out?
I mean, I've kept my poor wife in this cold basement for some time. So yeah, we will probably sign off soon. Try and keep to our schedule a bit.
I don't know why she's off cam. She's awesome. Thank you.
She prefers to be off cam, and that's okay. We can try and peer pressure her later. Face cam when?
Yeah, maybe someday. I definitely did not dress for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some little bit finish.
Senpai when?
finish the dental work. Roughing in off screen or off stream, and clean up the hair so that we can just do the detailing that we didn't get to today on Thursday. Anyway, thanks so much for dropping by.
Thanks. Yeah, no, we're gonna sign off now.
Bye, chat.
Later, folks.